All right, I interrupted you, Ms. Burton. You could continue if you still have something.
Oh, just that was it. Just that, I think we just need to be mindful that he has spent some time in jail, and I'm not certain how many days that he would have remaining um, in jail before he goes into a rehab center. Is he just waiting on a bed, or does he have a certain amount of days that he's still going to spend? And maybe the court should just take that into consideration because, again, Mr. Hubbard has a number of things going on. So I don't know if probation is the answer. But there was an agreement for that, and so I guess I'd ask the court to adopt it since that was what was worked out.
Okay. All right, I gotta do something with that. I gotta figure it out. Mr. Flanagan, can you call IT and ask them to either come to my court or Zoom, come to my chamber or Zoom in, not Zoom in, but remote into my computer. I need to ask them a question. Okay. Ms. Stevenson, anything on with respect to Mr. Hubbard?
Your
Well,
Honor.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I apologize. Miss Burton, the
Yes,
attempt, a police officer assault or resisting, what is the penalty for that? Is that a 6-month misdemeanor?
that's it's a year because the resisting obstructing is typically it was written,
It was a
this was under
felony.
state, so it would have been 2 years.
Oh, that would have been 2 years. So now the
Correct.
attempt would
It's a
be
year.
a year. Okay. All right, Miss Stevenson, anything on behalf of Mr. Hubbard?
So I'm looking in the criminal history, Your Honor, and I'm trying to find the retail fraud, the September 11, 2024 reference talks about misdemeanor retail fraud. He pled guilty and he's on probation for 2 years. I'm looking for that to see if that's this court. I don't see anything on it. I do know that Mr. Hubbard out of Macomb County is going to be under sentence on a retail fraud in the second degree case, and he expects to go to rehab on that case. I don't know the terms and conditions of that probation, Your Honor. I don't know if it's a sobriety court program, but I do, as Mr. Forrest has indicated from our conversation with Mr. Hubbard, know that Mr. Hubbard's been in jail going on 3 months at this point. At the heart of it all seems to be a substance abuse problem, which I would hope the probation in Macomb County would help him to address, starting with getting into rehab. So I would ask the court to consider sentencing Mr. Hubbard to credit for time served. If the court is not willing to do that, I would ask that the matter be referred to the sobriety court.
All right, and then Mr. Forrest, let me hear you weigh in on your case, because on your case, he's charged with 3 counts of attempt assaulting and resisting.
Yes, Judge. As the court is aware, Mr. Hubbard has been in custody since July 22nd, making that 85 days of credit. He is scheduled to be sentenced in Macomb County on December 3rd to a term of probation to include placement at a rehab facility.
Let me interrupt you right there. So he's scheduled to be sentenced in December. Does that mean he's going to remain in custody until December?
Yes, that's his understanding.
So really, when we're saying 85 days he's been in, then he's going to be in at least another 45 days.
Yes.
Okay, well, that might change things. So his court date with Macomb County is in December for sentencing.
Yeah.
Let me ask this question. So remember when we were looking for him the other day, that first day we were looking for him, they said that the deputies had thought or whatever, believed that he had been taken in person to a circuit court, Wayne County Circuit Court courtroom. Does he have a a felony pending in Wayne County? Do we know if he has a felony pending in Wayne County?
One moment.
Or maybe he had been actually transported to Macomb and that's why they couldn't find him.
I'm guessing that that's what took place, but I can
Okay,
check.
that may have been what happened. Okay, all right, I'm breaking, I don't know what's going on.
No, the Wayne County looks like it's resolved.
Okay. All right, 1 second. Trying to do something here. All right, so then I think I interrupted you. Mr. Forrest.
So, well, Judge, so given where we stand and the fact that he is being sentenced in December to a term of probation to include a period of time at a rehab facility, we would ask the court to sentence Mr. Hubbard on this case to time served. We know he'll be in custody until December, where then he'll be sentenced to a term of probation to rehab. So I believe that the Macomb County probation will take care of any rehabilitative goals that we are seeking here.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. Does anybody else wish to be heard? Because I'm gonna process that.
Can I just, with regard to that, so the last thing on the criminal history, it looks like that is a circuit court probation that was reduced from, I think it must have been reduced from a felony retail fraud down to a misdemeanor retail fraud. And that's the case that he's on probation for. So it looks like he may be on probation in 2 jurisdictions already as of December 3rd when he gets sentenced to Macomb County.
Okay. So, all right. Well, actually, Mr. Hubbard, do you wish to be heard before I move forward? Okay. So this is what I want to do. It makes me nervous for me to rely on something that's in the future, right? So something, you know, that's supposedly in the future. Looking at Mr. Hubbard's criminal history and believing that maybe it is because of his addiction, that it's an issue of addiction, that he has this extensive criminal history. I do believe he needs assistance. So what I'm willing to do today is this. I will definitely give him you know, credit for time served, especially since he's going to be in custody, looks like until December 3rd. But if on December 3rd, Macomb County decides to also just give him credit for time served instead of that probation and release him, that makes me nervous. So what I would like, yes, Mr. Forrest?
It looks like he is on probation to Judge Kiefer Cox in Wayne Circuit.
In Wayne County?
Yeah.
Okay, do we know what that probation, because we don't know what the probation is. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I will adjourn. I'm gonna I don't want to say adjourn his sentencing. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sentence Mr. Hubbard to give me a minute. Let me count. Because he's going to be in jail. Okay, he's been in 85 days, and then this is October. So that's another 14 that he's gonna look like being, okay, 85 plus the whole month of November is 30 days. So y'all know I can't add, so just give me a minute. Find my calculator. 85 plus 30. That's 115 right there. Plus 14. 129 plus 6. By the time December 3rd comes, if he remains in custody, he would have been in custody for 135 days. All right. But notwithstanding that fact, so this is a misdemeanor punishable by 6 months in the Wayne, no, they saying 1 year, 1 year in the Wayne County Jail. That might mean also and up to 5 years probation. What I want to do is this. I'm going to sentence him to I'm going to sentence him to 6 months in the Wayne County Jail and 14 months probation. However, don't panic. However, I will hold in abeyance any days after December 3rd. If he actually gets put on probation for that Macomb County case, he won't have to serve the rest of his time with me, and I will release, I guess I'll release the probation if it's going to include the treatment like you all say. But so that's my sentence, the 6 months plus the 14 months. And the reason I said the 14 months is because if Macomb County does not put him on probation, if they do something different than what they've said, I want him to go to sobriety court. And then that means 14 months. So I still won't keep him in jail. I still won't keep him in jail, but I would want him to at least to go to sobriety court. So since Miss Cleveland is here, Miss Cleveland, I'm going to send you and Mr. Hubbard to the breakout room. Did you get a chance to do his criminal history? He has an extensive criminal history, but it's not anything that I believe would keep him out of sobriety court.
I have not, Your Honor. Good morning, everyone.
Good
Your
morning.
Honor. Good morning. I have not, but I will talk to him just to see his interest as well as, further see if he has
Right.
eligibility.
And then he believes he's going to be put on probation in Macomb County on December 3rd. So I'll send him to the breakout room to talk to you so you can talk to him about the program. And then I'll give him a review date for me for December 4th.
Yes, Your
Wait,
Honor.
let me make sure I'm going to be here. Hold on. Yes, December 4th. So we'll know what he got sentenced to the day before in Macomb County. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Hubbard, I'm not trying to keep you in jail, for that whole time, but I just I need a placeholder, and I need to see what they're actually going to do in Macomb County. Also, I would like to see his probation order that he's currently, that with Judge Cox. So if I could get a copy of his probation order with Judge Cox, and then we'll see what Macomb County does, then I'll fashion the remainder of his sentence. If they, are getting him treatment, I'll let it be at that. Okay.
Your Honor, can I have some clarification?
Yes, ma'am.
If the court sentenced him to 6 months in the Wayne County Jail and the 6 months will not have concluded by December the 3rd, then is he going to remain in jail and not be permitted to go into treatment in Macomb County?
That's
Because
why
he's under sentence.
Right, but that's why I'm setting his thing the very next day.
A review?
Right.
Okay.
So his review, he's going to be sent in Macomb County on the 3rd, and then the very next day he's going to come to me for review. And if they're trying to put him in treatment, I'm going to release his jail. I'll suspend the rest of his jail term so he could go to treatment.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Clear.
So, Mr. Hubbard, I'm going to send you to the breakout room with the sobriety court, and she'll talk to you about the program. And then you're going to come back to see me December the 4th after you get sentenced in Macomb County. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to stop you from going to treatment. Just know on December 4th, if they have said treatment, I'm going to release my other stuff. Okay.
Right.
All right. All right. Miss Cleveland, I'm going to send you the 10 as well. All right,
Thank
then
you.
we're all set. Mr. Forrest, were you appointed? Yeah, you were appointed because he's in jail, right?
Yes, Judge.
So you don't necessarily have to come on that day. Ms. Stevenson can take over the review for all the cases, but if you want to, you can, okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Anything further?
No, Your
Just
Honor.
to clarify, so he's concurrently sentenced on Mr. Forrest sentencing.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely. Yeah, concurrent. Absolutely. Okay. All right, then we're all set.
Thank you.
All right, have a great day. Stay safe.
So Judge, and
Oh.
one more thing, and I don't know, did the court waive all fines and costs in that
I
matter?
did. Yeah, I didn't impose any fines or costs on,
Okay.
not even the mandatory. He's been in jail alone. He's been in jail. He's gonna be in jail. I'm waiving it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right, give me one moment. I have to address an issue with IT and then I'll be back.
Mr. Flanagan.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I was wondering if Mr. Andrews and I could go into a breakout room briefly. Good morning, Mr.
I don't-
Andrews. We're
The
on wait.
judge-
Tell you what, I'm gonna just call. That way we'll be both available if he comes on. So, Ms. Andrews, I'm gonna call you.